the streetcar didn't get to clear the intersection. And that's a look to the east along College Street through the Little Portugal neighborhood. And College comes to an end at Dundas Street, a block away in that direction. And hey there, today is Saturday, October 18th. It is 3:43 p.m. and the temperature is a pretty nice 20 degrees Celsius. And this is Lansdowne Avenue and College Street. And I'm going to be taking a walk through Little Portugal today. But it won't be along the College Street portion, but rather I'll be walking east along Dundas Street and making my way over to Trinity Bellwoods Park. And I don't think we could have dialed up any better weather for an October afternoon. There's the Steadfast Brewing Company. I think I've only recorded through this area once this year, and that was during the Due West Fest Street Festival. So this one should be quite a bit different from that. I've been through here on a few live streams though. Lansdowne Avenue continues south and it terminates at Queen Street. And one thing you'll notice is a whole lot of street art and murals and that sort of thing in this neighborhood if you look closely enough. It's certainly a very colorful neighborhood. And east I go along Dundas Street West. And this is the traditional center of the Portuguese Canadian community here in the city. Oh, and that restaurant was recognized in the Michelin Guide. This is the Dundas St. Parquet. And that's St. Helen's Church across the street. That dates back to the 1860s. And an old school gas bar. So this area is west of downtown. And it was considered to be an institutionally complete community. So that means there were churches, bakeries, social clubs, travel agencies, and pretty much every sort of business catering to the Portuguese community. And it was largely occupied by Portuguese Canadians in the 50s and 60s. There's St. Helens Parish Hall. And another look over at the church. But gentrification brought in many urban professionals from the city's core, and many who weren't of Portuguese origins. That pushed many of the locals out to the surrounding suburbs in Etobicoke and Mississauga particularly. There's a lot of little galleries and that sort of thing in this area. There's still a strong Portuguese presence, including an uptick in people from South America who speak Portuguese. But really, like the rest of the city, these days it's a large multicultural enclave. And again, one with lots of street art. And art galleries. Jehovah 2018. And there's one across the street. And in the 1800s, this area was its own distinct municipality known as Brockton. And the town hall was right on the corner here of Brock Avenue. We'll get a better look at it once I cross the street. Blasting some tunes. But that building there is the former town hall, built in 1867, but it was short-lived as a town hall, as this area was rolled into the city of Toronto in 1884. It's a Vietnamese restaurant. The boundaries of Little Portugal are to the west, where I started at Lansdowne Street. To the north would be College Street, which also has a lively retail section like this. There's rail tracks that kind of cut across diagonally to the south. And depending on who you ask, I think, at least officially, it's Ossington Avenue to the east. They have vegan Halloween candy. And this place looks like it was an old theater, but I don't think it actually was. That's a Latin music performance venue. That's been operating for a number of decades at least. There's the Brockton Village Bakery across the street, a nod to the neighborhood past. West End and Retail Furriers and the Creme family. You can pause that if you want to read that plaque. There's a Portuguese restaurant, Bereda. famous Dundas West mural. That's neat. They've got like an old-timey looking sign. Hopefully that wasn't AI generated. That would be fairly new.
Can you show me what?
And a number of the residential streets are just like this. They're tree-lined with lovely old century-old homes. More art over there. With these fall colors, this is a really pleasant walk today.
¿Cómo has estado? ¿Has bailado? ¿Y el cumpleaños del bobo? No preguntes cómo has estado.
That's the 505 Dundas streetcar that'll be going all the way east of downtown into Riverdale. Finishing at Broadview Station. In 2001, there was a census that had, or pegged 12,000 residents of Portuguese origin in the neighborhood. I think today the neighborhood has a population of 16,000. I couldn't discern how many of those were Portuguese or not. I couldn't find that info online. Unfortunately, this streetcar is a little bit hokey to rely on. It can be rather slow and infrequent. Riding in mixed traffic with street parking is quite the recipe for a shitty streetcar service. As we get to Dufferin Street, this is a major north-south artery. Or you could take the 29 Dufferin bus quickly up to Dufferin Station. That bus comes quite frequently. Another colorful all right, streetscape there. I don't think I got what on or what I saw on camera. It's probably for the better.
Yes, it was flying right at me.
You can see how the combination of street parking and streetcars mixed with traffic kind of brings things to a bit of a snarl, especially during busier periods. And across the street is Antler. It's a very popular restaurant.
No, not if we take the center.
I think they serve a lot of wild game and Canadian foraged food.
Yeah.
It's next to Suko Thai, an excellent Thai restaurant. Is it down there? This is Gladstone Avenue. There's just so many small independent cafes and restaurants in this area. It's got a very charming and unique character to it. Might not be what you think of as being cool in the traditional sense. I think a lot of people might associate that with Ossington Avenue, which is just east of here, and West Queen West along Queen Street, which runs parallel to Dundas Street to the south. I don't know, I might personally label this the coolest neighborhood in the city. And it's not one that feels like it caters exclusively to a younger crowd.
I tried.
It's kind of cool. A fight shop. Get your boxing and MMA gear there, I guess.
Yeah, we're like, and then it's like the summer.
Vintage clothing. This rabbit appeared a few years ago.
Was it last night? You open it?
This street here is Lisgar. Looks like it bends to the left. I think the average house price in this area is about $1 million. That would be Canadian. And if someone has horribly squeaky shoes, that would drive me friggin' nuts. The area coming up is a little more hipstery in its vibe as we get closer to Ossington. Over there is the Doc Ellis, a dive bar named after a Major League Baseball pitcher who allegedly threw a no-hitter while on LSD. There's perhaps the most well-known artwork in the neighborhood, the Pink Panther in front of the 7-Eleven. That has been there, I think, since around 2019. And fortunately, it hasn't been tagged over or defaced. I think I'm going to stick to this side of the street. Toronto's very first pomegranate house. I was eating some pomegranate the other day. That is not upholstery friendly. That will spray all over the place no matter how careful you are. This place used to be a well-known burger shop. Now it's Stefano's Diner. And here's the Unboxed Market. They specialize in food that doesn't have packaging waste, hence the name, the Unboxed Market. That LCBO has had a pretty big makeover across the street.
Because it was like sitting cheese.
The adult plant shop. There's kind of a speakeasy style piano bar I went to a few months ago. And you have to enter through that laneway just on the south of this building with the KFC. You have to walk all the way over to the end of the laneway. And I didn't know that's how you got there or got to enter. There's a Portuguese rooster, I think. Until I got to the front of it, which is somewhere around here.
Pro-gun. We use a pro-gun. Big pen there.
Here it is on the right. You just scan that QR code and that'll lead you around. There is a cover fee, but if you get there early, you'll be able to get good seats. There's the Garrison. Wasted Youth, we are firmly in hipster bar land. The Get Well.
I don't know anyone.
Penny Arcade, it looks like they've got like a photo booth in there. People were lined up for it. I didn't really want to stick the camera in there. There's a really neat bar coming up on the right called the Communist Daughter. That I think kept the sign from a prior tenant. had a few Stiegels in there in the past.
Yep, just like going out.
And this is Ossington Avenue, probably one of, if not the most popular place to go on a Friday or Saturday night if you want to have a meal on a patio or just hang out with the cool kids. I'm going to skip that on this one. And a little Portugal inscription on the sidewalk east of Ossington. There's the Lakeview. It's a very long-standing restaurant. Got that classic Art Deco style to it. Looks like they've got a lot of pumpkins up. That's a famous all-day breakfast spot. Now, it was featured in the Tom Cruise movie, or at least they filmed scenes of it, the Cocktail movie from the 80s. I remember watching as a kid. I think they filmed scenes from the Umbrella Academy, The Shape of Water, and a number of other productions there. The retail thins out for several blocks, but coming up in a block is Trinity Bellwoods Park, and I'm going to cut south through the park and we'll finish up at Queen Street. And I'm thinking of firing up a live stream from there. This is Shaw Street. This is one of Toronto's most popular parks. And with the fall colors starting to kick in, let's start here, and I'll just kind of diagonally cut through the park. This was originally part of the Gore Vale estate, dating back to the early 1800s. And Trinity College used to be located in this park. That was built, I think, in 1852 and closed in 1925, and it was demolished a few decades later as Trinity College became part of the University of Toronto. Simon Bolivar, the Liberator.
He and I were kind of trying to coordinate, and he looked at us and
There's softball diamonds here, an outdoor ice rink, a number of tennis courts. A big area known as the Dog Bowl is just coming up. Numerous bike share stations, or at least one on each end of the park. The old Garrison Creek used to run through here, but that was buried, I think, around the 20s. There used to be a bridge around this spot that was all filled in when they buried the creek. This park's also known for having a number of cherry blossom trees. There's a few on this side, but the bulk of them are on the south side. And this area is the dog bowl. I think it's the largest off-leash dog area in the city.
Yeah,
Few championship.
we'll need it. You're right.
That was a decoration.
I was putting it off. Sometimes you would.
I'm hearing some tunes off in the distance. It's worth noting this is one of the parks where public drinking is allowed. I think that's between 5:30 in the morning and midnight. Beverages have to be under 15%. So I guess that means you could have a light wine. You'll often see people slacklining, playing frisbee and that sort of thing in this part of the park. This weather is absolutely perfect. Okay, I could cut through that way, but this music is leading me in this direction.
We got many a park, you know, to go.
제가 빈도가 상할리는
30 hours, I had like the gun.
Tennis courts are off in that direction. I was gonna head over there, but we'll finish at the front gates. What a view of the tower. Destination reached, Queen Street, right at the northern end of Strawn Avenue. And on that note, I hope you enjoyed this one. Wandering through Little Portugal over to Trinity Bellwoods Park on an absolutely beautiful Saturday afternoon. I look forward to your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I've got an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. All right, I think I'm gonna, she just said I think this might be the last nice day. I've been hearing that a lot, but we keep having them. Anyways, I'm gonna set up for a live stream, so thank you for watching, and I shall catch you on the next one. Yoink.